and welcome to another video with me, Elmo J. Karjalainen. It's good to have you along. Today I'm taking a look at the Boss Katana Mark II, and I'll be right back after this intro. Yes, indeed, today I'm taking a look at the Boss Katana Mark II, which I have over here, and that's why I'm sitting slightly sideways, so you can see it. The Boss Katana Mark II is a follow-up to the Mark I, which has been extremely popular. I've reviewed that previously on this channel, and truth be told, I didn't think it was bad, but wasn't crazy about it. I think the Roland Cube does a better job. So, what's this one like? It's been updated and upgraded. So, what's new about it? Five independent effects sections. Power amp in for preamps and multi-effects, and stereo expand for wide spatial tone, 100 watt models only. So this one doesn't have that. This is the 50 watt version. So this is basically useless. Anyway, the Katana Mark II, I had a bit of a fiddle with it already. It costs 269 euros here in Europe, which puts it in roughly the same price category as my favorite amp of all time, the Marshall Code 50, which is great if you like the sound of ice picks in your ears. Okay, so I'm going to be trying this one out. The way I have it set up is that I have EQ everything set to 12 o'clock, the volume set to full, but the master not to full, because apparently the volume works as on any regular kind of valve amp, but you have a master as well. Right at the moment I have gain halfway and I'm on the clean channel with no variation. I have reverb and delay selected as well. So you get reverb, delay, you get different modulation effects, and you get overdrive, boost and distortions. Yes, it's all great. But let's see what it sounds like just clean. This is a really uncomfortable way to sit. Yeah, a bit more comfortable. I'm really liking the cleans on this one. Let's try the variation. So this is the clean. And I push the variation button and what we get is this. Yes, it gets a bit brighter and a bit different. Let's go over to the crunch channel, and instantly there's a bit of hiss. And here's my first gripe with the Katana. It has a noise gate, which I've learned after filming the last review of the Katana 1, but you can only engage that with the software, which is a real, I mean, why? I like everything to be editable from the panel here, so it's just like a regular amp. I mean, even the fractal audio, you can edit everything on the front panel. I sit around with computers and tablets and the phone far too much as it is, so I don't want to be sitting with a computer when I'm starting to play guitar. But anyway, so here it is without noise gates, a bit hissy with the crunch channel. volume a bit as well and drop the reverb altogether. Okay, let's see how much gain this thing does on the crunch channel. Let's see what it sounds like with the boost. And now it's definitely a bit hissy. Okay, so it has 3 different boost modes. It has green, red and yellow. I can't remember what those were supposed to be. I think one was an SD1 of some sort, or an SD1, but I basically prefer not knowing, because that way me knowing doesn't cloud my judgment and it's more of a blindfold type thing. That was the green channel, so let's see what it does on the red channel. Let's see what the variation does. Yeah, makes it a bit brighter again. The way I would use any kind of tube amp would be to have roughly, well, maybe slightly less gain, something like this. And use an overdrive to boost it, because that's what I do with the Marshall Plexis, and I think that quite often works very well. So let's see what it thinks of a bit of boost. So I have a Strymon Sunset here, and this is with just a bit of overdrive. Okay, let's try a bit more boost. So I have the second channel on the Strymon set to full boost, everything up on full. Okay, let's go over to the lead channel. Again, hissy hissy. Let's just end that lick there. And go over to the brown channel. Okay, so that's basically it. It has a kind of it has an acoustic channel as well, where you can plug in an acoustic, which is a really cool feature. I'll just try it with the humbucker guitar as well. Okay, so a bit of a lie, because the previous guitar has Seymour Duncan YGM Fury pickups, and those are stacked humbuckers, but these are actual, like, humbuckers. See what it sounds like on the brown channel again. want to get into a too detailed review because this is basically just an upgraded version of the Katana Mark I, which has been reviewed extensively. And I think this sounds... I don't have the Katana one here, so I'm not 100% certain, but I think this sounds a bit better. The variations, well, some people might like them, not my cup of tea. Didn't fiddle around with the EQ at all. It was decent enough as it is. I mean, any amp you should, personally, I think you should try everything at 12 o'clock and EQ to taste from there, except for a Marshall, where you put everything on full. I think it sounds quite okay. I mean, it's 269 euros, so that's not so lots of money, and for that kind of money you can't expect anything that'll be a total, like a plexi or something like that. It's certainly better than the Code. I think it sounds a bit better than the old Katana. At the same time, it is a bit boxy. It does lack a bit in the bottom frequencies, especially on a 7-string. But you get some nice tones out of it. You have all kinds of modulation effects. I didn't really go through all of those, but the core sound is where it's at for me, and everything else is just bells and whistles that I don't really care about. The delay sounds okay. So you get both digital and analog, and I think there was something else there as well. It does the job. I mean, 269 euros. It's not a great deal of money. You can hook it up to your computer as well. And from what I've understood, you can use it as a recording interface as well. Yeah, it doesn't have a cab out, which is a big shame, because that way I could try it out with a proper cab. I get the feeling that the speaker in this one is better than the old speaker, but I'm not sure. It might actually be the same speaker and my ears are just playing tricks on me. I'm an old man, I have no hearing. Yeah, what can I say? I kind of like it. Personally, I still think the Roland Cube is better. Okay, it was a bit more expensive back in the day, at least the 80-watt version. But still, I like the sound of that more than this. But hey, that's subjective, so what are you going to do? That's all I have for you today. I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. If you didn't, well, why don't you just bugger off? Comment, let me know what you thought. Have you tried the Mark II yet? Have you tried the Mark I for that instance? Do you really like the Marshall Code? Subscribe, hit that bell notification if you haven't. And support me on Patreon because A, I buy the gear that I review, so you get an honest review, and honestly, I think this is okay. It sounds fairly good. For the price, it's good, but invest a bit more and you'll get something a lot better. Not the next tone though, because that's basically just a more expensive Katana and doesn't sound any better and has less features. The other thing you get when you support me on Patreon is a bunch of exclusives, like music that hasn't been released anywhere and so on. I'll have backing tracks there and all kinds of stuff. And you also get my music when you join. Plus, if you want free music, you can check out my website. The link's in the description below. So, that's all I have for you today. I'll end with a bit more playing on the Crunch channel and a boost and this Ibanez Universe. And I hope you liked the video. I hope to see you in another one. Take care. Goodbye.